Kia ora whānau. I'm Amit. This is Nav. Happy as always. Today we're going to talk about our boy Ozil.
Yeah,
He's
so
just announced his retirement.
Mesut Ozil retires.
One of our favourite players. My favourite players at Arsenal.
Mine too.
Yeah.
You know, and I only have two players' names printed on the back
Yeah, sure.
of an Arsenal shirt, and
Yeah.
one of them is Mesut Ozil.
Mm-hmm.
The other is Thomas Rosicky, but
Yeah. Wow.
but yeah, yeah, man, what a player! It's hard to conform into words how I feel now.
Yeah.
Because it's a mix of I love the guy, but I'm still a little bit disappointed in him. I'm sad that we didn't achieve all that we could have with him. But yeah, let's go back to when we signed him. Yeah,
I remember, I think I was at uni.
Yeah,
back then.
we were both in uni.
And then the news came up. I think it was on deadline day, right?
Yeah.
The news that we signed Ozil from Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. I
think me and you both, we were just so excited. We went mental.
Yeah.
The first thing we did was we went to the bar and just bought like a jug of beer.
We got Ozil.
Yeah. We went around telling everybody else at uni that Arsenal were going to win it.
I think it was that time we weren't, there was that transition where we weren't signing the best players. We were just getting by with, cheaper players. But I guess, we weren't tackling the top of the pops.
Well, signing Rizzo was on the back of selling Fabregas, Van Persie,
yeah. So
Nasri,
we were a selling club.
Clichy.
Yeah.
All of our sort of top talents. We were all selling them, and then we signed Mesut Ozil.
Yeah. And we felt, okay, look, it seems like Arsenal's.
I felt it was going to be a turning point for us.
Yeah.
Changing. He's a marquee signing.
Well, it kind of was, I mean, in a way, because we brought in a few players around that time.
Yeah, I mean, Cazorla, Teta, Giroud,
Podolski,
yeah, that's right.
Some good players, Murtasaka.
Yeah, Murtasaka.
Some good players, and then that was Ozil signing was a catalyst. He was a big piece of that puzzle that Wenger was trying to put together.
Yeah, I was so excited, so happy that we signed him. That excitement didn't go away for the first 2 years.
No.
It was just still disbelief that we signed him.
Do you remember his first game? His first game?
Yeah, I remember that assist. He ran down the line. Someone played it through, and he just took this touch. He took the ball out of the air, it was like the Dennis Bergkamp statue.
Yeah,
with him with the touch in the air.
The ball was coming 100 miles an hour over the top, and he just brings it down it's just like a piece of paper.
Feather. Yeah, it's like a feather, and then he just whipped it in for Giroud.
And then he puts it on a plate. And Giroud finishes. And then, what about his second one in that game? He had two, I think.
Nah, it wasn't that game. But I know the assist you're talking about. It's the one where they played the ball over the top. And he had his back towards the goal and he just flicked it with his foot. And they just went 5 meters over the defender. And Giroud ran onto it.
Yeah.
Man. Class, bro. He's magic. I don't think I've seen... there's only a few magical players... across time that you would say on a pedestal. I think a lot of people say Johan Cruyff and Maradona, Zidane, Ronaldinho, and then I think Ozil, man.
You're putting them up there with those guys.
Well, in terms of pure magic, right?
Class, yeah.
Yeah, pure magic and class. Maybe he didn't achieve the heights those players did, but in terms of magic and whenever they play, they produce something magical.
And then the way he controlled, the whole picture of, he kind of made football an art, There's those goals, I think I remember later on in his career at Arsenal, that goal against, I think it was Leicester, when he gets the ball in our half, and then he has a 1-2, plays it through, and then he just puts it on a plate for Aubameyang to just tap in.
Yeah. It's magic, man.
It was just how are you doing that? And then at the end of it, if you look at him, it's like he jogs, treads across the whole pitch, touch, pass, touch. It's just so easy for him. And it's, you're right. There's not many players that can make football look easy. and that easy. Like, you know?
I think that's what it was. He just made it look easy.
Yeah.
I don't think
that was the beauty of Ozil, you know, like people that love football, that see football day in, day out, they know that that's not easy actually to do.
I think Ozil is the type of player that makes you fall in love with football.
But that's a big part of why, I kind of agree too. Like, he can be up there with those guys. But yeah, I mean, he did win a World Cup with Germany.
He did, yeah. World Cup winner.
Yeah.
He won 4. I think on his record it says 4 FA Cups with Arsenal, but that last one he didn't really play too
like
much.
Ronaldo still, talks about him as, one of his best.
Yeah, he did.
Teammates.
Yeah. Ronaldo always bigged him up.
Yeah.
And he was really disappointed when he left.
And I think at Arsenal he's a bit unlucky. Like if we had someone like the prowess of Ronaldo playing up front, there was that season where Giroud kind of went on a goal drought, and
kind of.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Like and we were at that time kind of in the title race, and if we had if we had Van Persie that year, I think we would have won the league, I reckon.
Yeah, we would have. I think this is
and it would have been just based off this one guy.
Yeah.
So he almost carried us to the title.
I think so. Yeah, that's a good point. Of course, there were a lot of players that played their part, but if you talk about one guy that sort of would have carried us through, it would have been
we worked off the back of his assists, his creativity. He was something else in his prime, man.
I mean, how do you feel about him? Because he's really divided the fan base over the years, and I feel like for me, I say at the start of the video, I said I have a mixture of disappointment with him as a player, but that disappointment is also the fault of the club and the managers who didn't provide him with the tools that he needed, because he needed a DM and he needed a striker. And if we just had those two things, you think that with this guy, with Ozil, you would have achieved so much, man.
I think what happened though is he's a little bit unlucky because I think the problem was football sort of started to change, where with Messi and Ronaldo and probably even Neymar, those guys, there was teams built around a certain player, and then we kind of had Ozil, but then we sort of changed our philosophy and saying, okay, we're not going to build our team around one guy, we're going to build like a team like what we have now, and that's kind of why I think he sort of fell out with the managers, because we weren't going to say, Ozil, we're going to give you 2 DMs, you go and do this. It was like, you have to run back and do the work, be part of the team. You're not going to be able to play your natural game. And I don't think he wanted to lose what he's all about, and I think that's why a lot of that stuff happened.
Yeah,
and
that's a good point, because I think all of football sort of transitioned during that period.
Yeah,
into
so he was a bit unlucky.
Yeah,
because of that.
It transformed into a lot more transformed tactically a lot more. It became a lot more intricate. A lot of the lower position teams really stepped up. They started stepping up the way they set up, and there was a need for every single player on the pitch, all 11, to be running up and down.
Yeah, and then normally if you had just one guy, it would normally be someone that's just your goal scorer that you'd leave up there to be your creative. I mean, you do have creative players, but you just have that one finisher. And whereas Ozil wasn't a finisher, he was a creator.
Yeah.
But then he did need that freedom to just roam around, find pockets of space, and that's, I guess that was the beauty of him, because the way he played, he just drifted into space. He didn't run and give me the ball here, give me the ball there. He just kind of waited, lazed around, found that
so elegant.
Yeah, and that's really hard to do, because you have to be smart on when to lose the defender, and he always seemed to do it without even looking like he broke his foot.
He made it look effortless,
and it's not easy, man.
Yeah.
Finding pockets of space when there's 4 midfielders, 4 defenders, there's 8 players, and then this guy just gets the ball and somehow manages to make the perfect pass almost every other game, and it was crazy. So it's sad that it happened, and it does happen, and you can't really blame him or anyone. It's just time. Things change.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for him, I guess it wasn't for the best for him, but I think he's still a legend.
How are you gonna? Yeah, is that how you're gonna remember him?
Yeah, I'm gonna remember the good times, man.
Mm.
No point remembering the bad times.
Yeah,
he's given us some good memories.
He's always gonna be one of my most loved players.
Same, yeah. And it's sad that he's retiring at 34.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
still young, man.
Still not.
But I think his sort of after he won the World Cup, what more?
Yeah, I think he did have all of that going on.
He had so much political issues as well with the whole Turkey-Germany thing.
Yeah, I mean he's been through a lot as well, so still a lovable guy. I mean I was lucky enough to see him. I think in Sydney. And it was
did you go to the game?
Yeah,
the preseason one, eh?
Yeah. It's class, eh?
Yeah.
And it's so nice, like he was always waving at it.
Yeah.
Everyone there, he signed almost every person's shirts, whoever went to him. Well, he's just a lovable guy, man.
But he kind of got phased out of the team, and then
towards
the end, and there was this whole debate about who the mole was.
Yeah, and he kind of became the scapegoat of it all.
Yeah, I think for a lot of his ending years, the last 3 years, he became a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Whereas people were blaming him, but I think they were blaming him because he was the most talented player in the squad.
Yeah, he
had been carrying us for a few years, and that when things don't go right, you look to your best player and go, "Why aren't you performing?" Right?
So I think but I think that's what the problem became, because he was never gonna be that person. He was just that piece of your puzzle that you have in a football game, and I think that's why he's probably retiring, because he stopped enjoying himself.
Yeah, I think you could see it as well.
And it's sad, but I'm gonna
love him. Yeah, I'm still gonna love him always. I'm gonna remember those good times. I'm gonna go back and watch those assists that he had. Got that goal and the
He designed that whole new way to chip a keeper.
Yeah, to hit the ball downwards and make it bounce over. Yeah, man. I mean, he's so talented. He could spit his gum out and knee it back up into the air. Oh, man.
I've tried to do that, kick into the ground and make it bounce. It's not easy, man. And this guy does it at 100 miles per hour. I mean, like
when the ball's coming fast. Yeah, so. I
mean,
mean,
and I didn't really see many other players doing it that way. Like they actually do the whole dink, because it's easier to do that.
Yeah, it is.
But Ozil knew. I think he knew exactly where to hit the ball, how to hit it.
That's why he's a masterclass, man.
He's just so good.
Yeah, Mesut Ozil, all the best for your retirement. Thank you for all the lovely memories.
Love you, man.
If anyone else out there has any thoughts about Mesut Ozil, do share with us. Let us know if you think of him as a legend or if he wasn't. If he was something else. But yeah, much love to all of you.